I start running down towards her in slow motion, but I already know I'm just gonna be met with a bloodstain. That Jeep hit her so hard. So it's like 2018 and I'm working the 4 to midnight shift at a call center. It's a little bit before 11 p.m. and I'm taking my final break of the night. The Benjamin had shit the bed a few days ago, so I'm stuck twisting that Rooney. I smoke it half down and go back inside to finish my shift. There's 2 other coworkers finishing the shift with me. One is the boss lady and owner's daughter. Her name is Andrea. And the other one is a guy by the name of Min. We're sitting in 3 cubicles with a space in between each one of us, with Andrea at one end and myself at the other end of the row. At approximately 11:15 p.m., a bomb goes off behind us. Ba-boom! The building shakes. All 3 of us simultaneously turn around in slow motion and see that a Jeep has driven through the wall of the building and is driving through the kitchen towards us. It smashes through a glass table, showering us with shards, and plows directly into Andrea's cubicle. It buries itself with the foot still on the gas. I start running down towards her in slow motion, but I already know I'm just gonna be met with a bloodstain. That Jeep hit her so hard. As I finally turn the corner and I got eyes on her, it's like she was Bruce Willis in M. Night Shyamalan's Unbreakable. She is high-stepping over the boards and shards and bumper, walking out of there without a scratch. As I help Andrea, Min was going to the driver. The driver's name was Dana, and she was showing up to her midnight shift. About 10 seconds after impact, Dana regained consciousness and started screaming. Min stepped in at that time, reaching in through the open window, putting the car into park, turning it off, and starting to console the screaming driver. Once I got Andrea out and saw she was okay, I called 911. Then I called the owner of the company, the father of the woman that was just run over by a Jeep inside of a building. The police and ambulance arrive shortly and start sorting out the wreckage. The wall of the building was just a huge crater now. There was glass and broken boards everywhere. They get the driver, Dana, out of the vehicle and onto a stretcher. There's many theories as to why she drove through that building that night. I was still in a bit of a PTSD daze after witnessing all that when the police asked me for my identification. I reached in my pockets, realized it wasn't there, and told them that it was in my car. One of the cops walked me over to my vehicle. I opened it up, reached in, and got my identification. The cop that walked me over to get my identification took it from me and then went over and talked to his supervisor. The sergeant came up to me and asked me if he could search my vehicle. I told him no. He asked me, why not? I said, look what I just lived through. I'm trying to go home and get some sleep. He said that he suspected there was marijuana in the car and weed had yet to be legal in the state this occurred in. I got handcuffed in front of a meteor-sized hole in a building with a fucking Jeep inside of it. And they say that we're gonna search your vehicle as well. Of course they are. They're just doing their job. This is a fucked up scene. If there are any drugs around, they're looking to find them. Those Roonies smell so strong, especially after you already light one and put it out. Everybody sat and watched while the cops went through my car looking for that half piece. But alas, they did not find it. And thank God the secret spot worked, because I didn't want to sit in jail. I wanted to go home, and I wanted to smoke that shorty on the way home. I wanted to smoke that shorty right now. The cops begrudgingly tapped out. They didn't call the dogs. Thank God, the dogs would have found it. They uncuffed me. I said my goodbyes, drove home, and for some bonus footage, Andrea's husband, Tommy Lee, worked for the company as well. He actually worked with the driver, Dana. When Dana was released from the hospital, she got to come back to work. So Tommy Lee had to work with the woman that ran over his wife with a Jeep.